doctors and lawyers, along with the farmers, craftsmen. They're all here. It's a whole society sitting out there. So they go back to their professions. So that will be the best solution. In the meantime, it's the responsibility of the whole world. It's not the responsibility of Bangladesh. Bangladesh has allowed them to stay. That's the best thing they could do under the circumstances. But it's assumed that there's a global community would be looking after their health and livelihood.
I suppose if the country wants to really forge ahead, it does also need to look into some of the darker aspects of its near past, particularly when it comes to the issue of accountability. I mean, you have pledged justice for those killed and disappeared under Sheikh Hasina's rule. Will your government invite in a UN-led investigation? How will you pursue accountability?
Already UN-led investigation has taken place. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, they published a whole report full of all the details of everything. So we're very happy that we didn't have to do it and say people questioning our ability to do that. They spend a lot of time documenting. It's available in public domain. So this is a good start. We have our own research, own reports, what the terrible thing they have done. So the legal system is now functioning to bring them to trial. So the trial thing will start very soon, probably at the end of this month or the beginning of next month.
And how far up the chain would those judicial proceedings go? Are we talking about military and intelligence officials?
Anybody who has committed any crime against humanity, nobody will be spared.
You've also alleged widespread corruption against the previous leadership. Can you share any specific cases of that?
Many of them. It's all documented in the UN report.
But any specific examples now? Examples of stolen assets, for instance?
Stolen assets. Banking system is completely emptied out, taking resources out of the country. Banks were taken out completely by taking over the board of the bank under gunpoint. So you replace the board, and then board gives you a loan. Massive loan. Understanding is you have to pay back. So under your book, it shows as a loan, but actually you just took the money away.
Where's the majority of that money gone, and how do you even start talking about asset recovery?
There are lots of investigations going on. We see part of it is in Europe, part of it is in Caribbean, and part of it in Asian countries. So we are tracing them and trying to get the money back as much as we can.
And are foreign governments helping you in doing that?
Absolutely. They are very cooperative, all of them.
Bangladesh has issued an arrest warrant for the British MP, Tulip Siddiq. I mean, she is Sheikh Hasina's niece. I mean, she's been accused of benefiting from family corruption. I think it's fair to say she firmly denies the allegations. Is this part of a genuine anti-corruption drive, or is there a certain degree of political retaliation here?
It's a case against concrete evidence. So the legal system has to work out. So we are not saying we are putting her to jail right away. We're simply a Department of Anti-Corruption, the Anti-Corruption Commission, actually. They brought the case. Now court has to decide whether the evidence is good enough to send her to jail or really...
Can she be extradited from the UK?
We'll try.
You would like to pursue that?
Absolutely. Well, same way as we have done for Hasina, who's left the country.
Talking about Sheikh Hasina, obviously she claims she is still the rightful Prime Minister. She's issuing all of these statements from India. How does the government view her presence there in India?
We had a BIMSTEC meeting in Bangkok where all the BIMSTEC heads of governments were there, including Prime Minister Modi. I had a discussion with Prime Minister Modi, and I made it very clear that, okay, if you want to keep her, that probably is not something that I can settle with you. But definitely, while she is here, she should not be talking because it creates a lot of problem for us. She is giving speeches to incite people inside of Bangladesh, and we have to suffer from that.
What did Prime Minister Modi say?
He said, if I recollect, he said this is a country where social media is open to anybody. I cannot control that.
So my question to you is, do you think that India is offering her political cover? Should she face justice back home? And can you in any way leverage that?
This is a legal procedure. I don't know what the law says, what to do. We have already sent a letter to Indian government to really send her to Bangladesh. They have not responded to yet. But when the legal procedures begin, a law will again, court will give the notice to her to see how to bring her.
So let me get this straight. You're saying that Prime Minister Modi has told you we can't do anything about her freedom of speech in a country, India, that has been accused of stifling freedom of speech, and in no way have you been given any kind of guarantees that she will be sent back to face justice?
No.
What does that do diplomatically between Bangladesh and India?
This is one of the cases that we have to resolve ourselves, that continue to do that. We understand what their legal situation is, what our legal situation is, but we are waiting for the legal notice coming from the court that brings it to a higher level of notice.
Was it deliberate that you decided to visit China first before India? Were you sending a message there?
I'm visiting everybody who I would like to go, the neighbors. I tried to go to India. They didn't respond to it. So I went to China, and now I'll go to Malaysia. So I'm busy, and I was in Bangkok, in Thailand. So I'm visiting many countries around, and I'm trying to revive SAARC as a community of South Asian countries. This is all the members countries. So today, SAARC is a kind of in a limbo. It's not functioning. I'm appealing to all the SAARC leaders that let's get back into it, collaborate with each other, meet each other, and so on. So that's one effort I'm making. Another effort is a BIMSTEC. Yes, we'll say, let's get together and resolve our issues and continue together. Our main issue is how to bring nations together for a better life for the citizens of those countries. BIMSTEC, currently, Bangladesh is the chair of BIMSTEC, so this is an important position for the BIMSTEC to hold those meetings and try to do that. And also we want to try to get the membership of ASEAN. That's another large number of countries where we'd like to be associated with. Right. And we are very happy that we get a good response.
So essentially you're willing to work with anyone who will work with you regionally.
Everybody.
But India has to a certain extent given you a cold shoulder here. Is the alternative now a deepening ties with Pakistan instead?
I will not say cold shoulder. It's maybe temporary thing, something we have to resolve together. So I'll not take this as a final thing. It's not something long-lasting thing. How to resolve this? Friendship is the key to live together and move together. And I'll keep on insisting on how to bring people together in the neighborhood of Bangladesh and so on. And India-Bangladesh relationship should be one of the best relationships any nations could have together.
I appreciate you pushed back on the phrase cold shoulder, but somebody who has expressed his displeasure with you is President Donald Trump. I heard he donated to See Me Lose, he said, talking about your donation to the Clinton Foundation in 2016, ahead of her bid, of course, for the presidency. Do you regret that move now that Trump is back?
We have good relations with the Trump administration. We have no problem. We work together. We look forward to build a relationship, strong relationship with the Trump administration. That's what we're working.
So you are engaged with the new administration?
Absolutely, very strongly and very warmly. We have a very warm relationship with the Trump administration.
Do you see the US as a reliable partner? Are you being forced to choose between Beijing and Washington, D.C.?
No, this is not a question of choice. They're all our friends. USA is a good friend. China is a good friend. India is a good friend.
Nevertheless, you've been slapped with tariffs, like most of the world, at a time in which the country is emerging from years of turmoil.
This is not aimed at Bangladesh. This is a global policy of the US. We cannot question that. We are trying to see how we can continue with our relationship in a way that we benefit from that.
Do you still believe, after this trade war, that free market capitalism, something that you have been such a champion of, is really the way the world should be run?
I'll slightly modify it, saying that I've always said that this civilization is a self-destructive civilization. No matter what you do, you cannot escape this self-destruction. So we have to redesign the system. We create a new civilization. There comes the free market and economy and so on. So essentially, the seed of self-destruction is in the system. So we have to bring it out. We have to create a new civilization which is not driven by greed, not driven by profit maximization, but social consciousness. So we are saying there is a business, profit maximizing business. I have no quarrel with them. But alongside of this profit maximizing, you have to create another stream of business called social businesses. Businesses to solve problem in a market way. but without any intention of making money for yourself.